Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Kevin, and last night, Jillian and I camped at my sister's campground just outside Franklin, North Carolina. It was 39 degrees, and we woke up this morning. It was really foggy, so I'm just going to give you guys a quick little tour of the campground. Last year, my oldest sister, Melissa, and her husband, Adam, purchased this campground. Earlier this year, they renovated the house. Now they're slowly moving on to the campground. So to get the ball rolling, they've opened up 2 campsites through the app Hip Camp. When you turn off Shope Road, you'll know you'll be in the right spot. You'll see the Hip Camp reservations only sign. So Coweeta Creek runs along the entire property. It's a really good place to trout fish if you're into trout fishing. In the early morning and the evening, this is a good place to see deer. They come right out of these woods, right across the driveway, into this pasture, and then they run back across. This is something we normally worry about in Florida, but in North Carolina, never really thought about it, but we are in a drought right now, and that's all the water that's in the pond currently. So as you're driving in, on the right-hand side, there's going to be a huge old hay barn. When you get to the corn crib, you'll see a sign, stay left. Over here on the other side, there's an old log cabin from the 1800s, I believe. Just past the corn crib, the road's gonna fork, but if you follow this little white sign right here, you're gonna wanna go straight. So before you get to the campsites, you're gonna pass the bathhouse. Like I said, they're in the early stages of restoring this place, so there are restrooms available. The showers and everything else aren't up and running yet, but they're working on that. So behind the bathhouse is the chicken run, and on the app, there is an option to buy a dozen eggs. So you can literally wake up in the morning, walk over here, pick your own fresh eggs, cook them in the morning for breakfast. As well as eggs, on the app, you can purchase firewood. It's a really good deal. It's about 7 pieces for $5. And if you were to go to Publix or something like that, you'd get between 5 and 6 pieces for almost $9. Plus, you don't have to go make a special stop for it. You don't have to haul it or make room in your vehicle. It's already here, dry and waiting for you. So once you drive around the loop, it puts you in the perfect position to back into one of the 2 spots they have opened up. So here's spot 1, there's spot 2. That's our little camper. There's Jillian and the dog Goose. We're right on the creek. That's why I love this spot. Each campsite has power, water, and sewer. So if you have a van, an RV, or a trailer that has a restroom, you can actually dump that off right at your own campsite. So right off the back of both campsites, there are stairs. And when I said Coweeta Creek ran along the property, I mean this is the creek that runs the entire length of the property. Great for trout fishing. There are people that walk through here and wade and trout fish. It's really fun to watch them do that. And during the summertime, you can come out here, watch your kids play in the creek or play in the creek yourself, build dams, take a tube, float down it. It's a lot of fun. There's a little island right here you can climb on. The creek actually forks off into 3 different spots. It goes around the bank, through the middle, and then of course right here. Like I said, it goes all the way to the front over there and all the way to the back of the property. Here's a little deeper section, and we are in kind of a drought, so the water level is low. Normally the water is higher on those rocks right there, so plenty of water to tube down, play in, build a dam, and just swim. If I remember correctly, this campground had been established in the 60s, so a lot of campers came here, a lot of family reunions, a lot of local people came here, just enjoyed the campground. So my sister and her husband are trying to establish that again and turn into somewhere everyone wants to gather again. So they have these 2 campsites, and as you can see, there's power all through here. So they're slowly going to open up maybe 1 at a time or 2 by 2 and get more campers in here. But the whole center part of that loop used to be campers. If you look at images from a long time ago, you'll see that this place was just packed. So they're definitely just going to open up for now ones along the creek right here, because I'm sure that's where everyone's going to want to camp. So if you just want a quick weekend getaway and you don't want to haul a bunch of stuff, or maybe you're new to camping, or you just basically want to get outdoors, there is another option. Besides those 2 campsites, there is a camper right here. You can rent. All you need to do is just bring your own linen. This is the view from the front porch of the camper. And if you open up the windows at night, all you hear is that rushing water going over the rocks. It's really soothing, and it's pretty loud depending on how much water is in the creek. So that's just a quick little tour of Melissa and Adam's campground. It is Coweeta Creek Private Campground. I'll put a link in the description for the hip camp if you guys want to book this. Like I said, if you want this whole entire campground to yourself, there's only 2 campsites. Book them both. You'll have it all to yourself. Other than that, in the description below, I'll leave a link to the hip camp. You have to book through there, and then you can contact them. You have the option to buy firewood, buy eggs, and then you can talk directly to Melissa or Adam through the app.